Hey there, Heather Boyd Wire here. So today I was inspired by Amber's little doggy Cahlie to create the Cahlie collection. So what you're going to need for the Cahlie collection is your jig, or if you don't have the jig, I have all the templates that you can trace here. The jig is really we're just going to use for the dog paw, and I'm using 18 gauge wire. For the bigger ornaments, you could use 16 gauge wire. I have 18 or 20 gauge wire, green wire, if you want to decorate it for Christmas. I have some miracle beads, 6 and 8 millimeters. We need our tools, and you'll need a round form. I'm just going to use my ring cone. And you could always have a ruler to measure your wire as well. I'm going to start with the 18 gauge wire, and just around the halfway point, I'm going to just stick it here and then start forming the paw. So we're going to bring it around here, and you need to do the toes. So we're going to bring it around here and around here. These toes are like a round shape. The one I did on my hand-drawn template are more like kind of toe oval shape type of thing. So however you like the look of the dog paw, you can choose what sort of shapes you want to do. The idea is you want to finish the toes sort of in the center. That's where we're going with this right now. So we're going to bring that around here and just finish it like that. So then you want to remove it from the jig. It's tricky with these jigs because sometimes the plugs, they slide off with time. So there we go. Sometimes it's easier to do it by eye. This original one I just followed. I traced my template and did it by eye with the template. So here we have just the sort of basic shape of the paw. And then what we need to do, because we want to form a heart around it, but you also need a way to hang it up. So what I'm going to do is just bring this like that way a little bit, and then bring that one like pointing out a little bit as well. And if these need to be closer, just or get your flat pliers and push them a little closer. So now what I want to do is do a little loop to the outside, and then that way you have something to put your ribbon in. Otherwise it's going to be hard to hang it like centered. So if you do a little loop that way, it's going to be kind of in the middle, and it's going to be a little bit discreet. So we're going to bring that up that way, and then just start forming kind of what would be your heart shape there. And then this one too, you can bring it up and just start to kind of form the round part of your heart. And then I would get my round cone thing. You could use like a small pill bottle because you want like, or maybe even a glue stick, because you want it near to be able to hold it near the end to be able to do that round shape. And then this one too, we're going to just bring it around here and bring it around here. So this becomes sort of your heart shape, and then you might have to like bring it in a little bit, adjust it a bit. So that's super cute. You've got the beginnings of a heart, and it's actually really cool, a really cool design. I was really inspired by Amber to do something special. So that looks cute. And then what we're going to do here is bend this one down on an angle. So probably good to use your flat pliers for that. Just bend it on a sharp little angle. And then just, this is where you eyeball like about the sort of position of that. Often I find it easier to take your round pliers and start the bend with the pliers, because otherwise it kind of gets distorted and slips out of place. But if we just do like that, go around, and then we can clip the end and get our flat pliers, give it a little pinch, and then what we want to do is do a little loop to hang our dog bones. So you can just push it like perpendicular, bring it around. As long as you have some kind of loop going there, hold it there, and hold this with your flat pliers and bring it around. Okay, so you could just twist it however many times is going to fit there. So there you have like your basic shape with the heart and the paw, and then if you need to kind of bend that in a little bit, you can. So that's super cute as is, but we're going to hang a little bone on there. So what we're going to do is we can go ahead and get this template. I don't remember if I did a dog bone on the artistic wire jig, but you could probably set something up for that as well. So for the bone, I have about a 6 or 8 inch piece of wire, and we can just kind of trace the shape there, which is fine, and just go ahead and bring it on here. And it doesn't have to be perfect, it just, you know, you have the approximate kind of shape of a dog bone. We're going to bring that one in here a little bit. You can always compare it with the picture to see if you need like a sharper bend in the middle. Just use your smaller round pliers and then bring that one here just to bring it around there, and bring that one in. And then this one too, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to bring it around here. Doesn't matter if it's perfectly symmetrical. With time, your sense of proportions are going to, you know, improve. But if you need to, just keep bringing it up to the template to see about your proportions and the positions of the bends and stuff like that. So we're just going to go ahead, play around with it, bring it down here, and then bring it across. And then we can just remove the template. And what you want to do is bend it up sort of at a center point. So bring it up here. And then we're going to bend this wire. I'm going to bring that down a bit here. And we're going to just help it out with the pliers around here and around to the back. Clip it. And then what I want to do is we're going to add a bead. So let's go ahead and get a large size just to add some color, the miracle bead. And then because our loop on the heart goes one way, this one's going to go the opposite way. So this one will be parallel to the bone. And then you bring this around here. And before you close it up, just slide it onto there. And, you know, if you want to use a jump ring instead, you can totally like close your loop and put a jump ring on it. So we're going to bring that here, wind it around a couple of times, clip it, and there you have your super cute decoration. And then you can put a little ribbon in it as well. So this one's with the toes are a little more elongated, and this is cute with the little round toes. So for the bone, I'm going to use a 15-inch piece of the 16 gauge wire, and you're going to start like a little off to one side, and we want to start by just tracing this shape. So you don't really need the jig for this. You can use a template if you want a jig, but another way to do these designs is just to trace a shape that you have. So for this one, I'm going to use just my marker. This is another shape that I use a lot when I'm making round forms. So we're just going to bring it in here. Same thing here. We'll just bring it in here. So you want it to be, you know, somewhat symmetrical. So you can just compare it here, bring it around, bring it in a little bit if you have to, and then we're going to use our pliers to make that bend. So we'll bring that in here. This looks nice with the gold wire. So bring that one in here. And then the same thing here. We could remove that, or you could keep tracing it if you like. So we're going to bring this one in here. It looks really cute, really round. And then bring this one across here. So this side too, we're just going to bring this. The 16 gauge wire is really good for this. I bought this wire at Michael's. It's just a craft wire, but a lot of the brands have this 16 gauge. It's really nice. Certainly the artistic wire has it, and they have like a tarnish resistant wire, which is really good. So now we're going to just make sure this is like the height you want to personalize it with a name. We're going to bring this like so it's like halfway, just kind of check it out to be like halfway along. So that part's going to go up here, and then to wind it around like I always do, I just find it best if you start the bend with your pliers. So just bring that here where it's going to be like halfway point, hold it, and bring that around. So we're just going to start that wind. Looks really good. And bring it around as many times as you want. Like, it just depends on how much of a bend you want there, how much of a coil. So we're just going to clip that end here. You can pinch it in a little bit. It is stiff wire, the 16 gauge. It's very thick, but it's worth it to use a thicker wire because it's going to look really good. So now what I like to do for the ornaments is I actually like to do the loop perpendicular. That way when you put the ribbon, if you slide the ribbon right through, it's going to sit properly. So you're going to bring that around and then bring this to this one side, like there, to close the circle, and hold it with your flat pliers and bring it around a couple of times. So just around here and around here, there, and then we're going to clip it. So now we can personalize it. So we're just going to bend that up, make sure it's centered. And so if you want to do a name, you can get another colored wire. And for the original one, of course, I did Cahlie right here. And so for this one, I am going to do another name. Let's just cut a piece of wire. So I think it should be about maybe 15 inches long, 16 inches long. It depends on what name you're doing and how big you make your letters. So you can always cut it too long than too short. So I am just going to straighten that up. So for this one, I've already done Cahlie, so I'm going to do Bandit, who is our friend's dog. So this is Bailey and Tanya's dog. We're going to do Bandit. So I'm going to just bring this around, and I have tutorials for all the letters of the alphabet on my channel, so you can definitely check those out and see how to do all the letters, the lowercase and uppercase letters. So we're just going to do the B here and then bring that down. They'll be surprised. This will be an early birthday present or Christmas present. It could be birthday present. Their birthdays are coming up. So there we go. So B, and then we're going to bring this across, and then we're going to do the A. So bring it around here. And then the N. It's really cute with the name. And like I said, I have lots of tutorials with the letters and with different names, so you can get an idea of how to do them. Everybody has their own lettering style too. Mine tends to be a little bit stiff, but if you want to do it more loose, it's totally fine, whatever looks good. And it looks nice with this colored wire. This is 20 gauge. So it's nice and soft and easy to work with. I think 18 would be a little bit stiff for the name. You might have a bit of a hard time with it. So I would advise 20 for this. And then we're going to do the I. And I like to dot my I's. You don't have to dot your I. I know Amber had done a little heart when she did her little doggy's name out of wire, and that was super cute as well. You can dot the I with a heart. That's super cute. And then we're just going to do the T. So bring it around, bring that down here, around here, make sure that's enough space there. And then we're just going to bring that to the back. When I do the T, I just bring the wire to the back, across, and then I cross it over to the front to cross my T to back and then down. And if you find I go too fast in these tutorials on YouTube, you can also slow down the speed if you need to see it slower. So there's Bandit. And then what we're going to do is take this and, you know, figure out where it has to be. And this one, what I'm going to do is bring this wire down. And then this one too, we're going to bring it down. And then we want to bend it up this way. Bring it up there. And this one's a little bit long, so we'll cut off the extra. So bring it here, under there. And then so it doesn't flip all over the place, a good little hack is you just bend it around a few times. So you bend it like before that bend and then after the bend. And then that way it's going to like not flip all over the place. So it's always good to twist it in a couple of places. And then this one too. So we're going to bring it here and bend it kind of before the bend and then after the bend. And if you're worried about it twisting, you can even do it a third time if you want. So whatever it takes to get it in there solid. And then the other thing you can do after is just kind of pinch it in place if you have to. So you can take your wire and just kind of give it a pinch, and then you can like adjust it so it's nicely kind of centered. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, so we're going to bring this around. Perfect. Now to make it even fancier, we're going to put some holly in there. So I'm going to take a 6 or 7 inch piece of the 18 gauge wire, green wire, and just like a few inches from the end, we're just going to start making a bit of a spiral. I'm using another piece of 18 gauge wire to wind it around. So just wind it around like 6 or 7 times, just however you want, how much holly to have. And they definitely don't have to be even your spirals at all. They kind of look better when they're a little wonky. So then we're going to bring it around here, just bring it all the way around, and then just kind of bend that up and clip it. So from there we are going to get our miracle beads. These are actually 6mm miracle beads. You can use 4 or 6. So I'm going to just put that one on here, and I always like to start with just one initial bend on there. So we're just going to like hold that here and then bend this one around. So bend this around to the front. Okay. And then I'm going to put the 2 other beads. So I put one on first, do an initial bend, and then we're going to put the other 2 on there. So these are really pretty, these miracle beads. They are beautiful. So then we're going to bend this down a little bit and then just bring that one in here and hold this in place. Wiggle it around however you want it to look. And then you can always adjust it at the end. And then bring that one around. And bring that around to the back with the pliers just to grab onto it. And then we can just clip that at the back here. So we're going to clip it. And we're going to just play around with that a little bit, and you can squish it around in a little bit if you need to, and then all you would have to do is add your ribbon. So there's Bandit, and then like the Cahlie one has a little ribbon in it. So for the house I have about a 22-inch piece of the 16 gauge wire. And what I wanted to do to start is I'm going to start about 10 inches from one end, and I'm going to bend this up to start the heart. So what you might find it easier to do is just kind of lift it off the template to form the heart. And I'm just going to do it with my round pliers, because these round pliers are quite big. If you don't have round pliers that are big enough, you can definitely form it around the end of a pen, and that would work too. So we're just going to start by bringing this down to form one bit of the heart, and then bring that up, and then bring it down to form the other side of the heart. So we're just going to bring it around like that, and you want it to look somewhat symmetrical, so you can just bring that, open it, close it a little bit if you have to. Just wiggle it around, bring that down, and then you can compare it to your heart shape. This one's a little bit shorter than that one, but it's fine. So now what you want to do is bend this one over so it just goes kind of straight across like that, and then we're going to actually form the door. So center that on your template, hold this in place, and bend it straight up. So we have it bent straight up. I'll move this out of the way so it's easier to see. And then you want to form your door. So we're just going to bring this here, bring this around, and just kind of form the little doorway here. So we'll bring that down. So we've got a bit of a doorway, and then you can compare it to this. I'm going to make it a little bit shorter. So we're going to bring this one across here, and then we want to form the sides of the doghouse. So we've got this around like that. Bring it back on your template and bring these edges up. So we're going to bring this one up, and then this one we're going to bring up here so it's about the same distance here, and just adjust that as you need to. Bring that one in a little bit, and then here we're going to bend it out, hold it in place, bend it out here, and then this one, hold it in place, and then just bend it up. Okay, so there you have this part here. I'm just going to bring that here, bend it out. This part's a little bit tight, so we probably would have actually wanted this part to be a little shorter. Instead of 10 inches, I would have bent it at like 8 inches. So we're going to bring this here, and then bring that one here. So there we have our beginning shape. And then this one, to know where to bend it up, we're just going to hold it here and then bend it about up there. So perfect. We're just going to have that like that. And then this one, it is quite tight. So like I said, the next time you can start this one a little bit less than 10 inches. We're going to bring that up here. And then you want to figure out how it looks nice, kind of centered. You can measure that and that as well if you don't have really good depth perception. So we're just going to bring that around. I always start it with my pliers first. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard to get it, like it will slip around and stuff. So you have it started with your pliers, and then you can just like bring it around and push it with the flat pliers. Just keep bringing it around and just keep pushing it in with your flat pliers just to hold it in place. So we have it like that. Perfect. And then what we want to do here is just make a little loop for the ribbon. You can add beads to it if you want as well. So I'm just going to go this way. I'm going to bend it so it's perpendicular to the house so we can put the ribbon right through it. That's not a problem at all. And then we're just going to bring it around this way to close our circle, and hold that with the flat pliers and bring it around a couple of times. So we've got that. And then what you could do from there is, as we did with the dog bone, you can just do a little name and personalize it. So in the first one I did Cahlie, you can just kind of adjust it a little bit. So put a little name up there and you're ready to go. So Amber also had a special request for the chihuahua. So I'm going to use the 16 gauge wire for that. And for this one, you really just want to trace the shape of the doggy. So we're just going to take the wire, leave enough for the head, and then just bring this around. And you have to kind of form it a little bit with your hands. If you want the 2 legs, it's kind of cute with the 2 legs. You can just do, you know, the single leg too if you want. That's not a problem. But if you do want to do the 2 legs, one behind the other, I just kind of have a way that I just trace that shape a little bit. So we're going to bring it this way. It's always a good idea to rotate your paper as you go, just to print it out and rotate it. So we're just going to go down there a little bit and then straight across, and then just keep rotating the paper a little bit. Bring that one in and bring this to the back. Okay, just bring it to the back a little bit, rotate it, and bring that in and then up. Just double check it as you go. And yeah, like I said, if you don't want to do the double legs, you know, if it's a little tricky, just do a single one, it's fine. And then now you're just going to kind of go over this one here and then bring this around to the front here, and then hold it up to this one just to be sure it's the right height. So for this one here, I'm just going to go like this and then bring this one across here. So we're just going to keep forming the shape of the little feet, and then bring it up back here, and then bring that one up. It's a little tricky doing the overlap thing, but it's kind of a fun effect. Makes it look a little bit more three-dimensional in a way. So we're going to bring this one here, and then that way to here. And this one too, if you want to do the three-dimensional kind of background leg as you were. We're going to go like this and bring this down and down, and just keep comparing it to what your template is here. So I have other templates that I've done other tutorials for other animals, and I'm doing new ones all the time. They're super fun to do. So bring this to the back, bring that in here, and then just compare it to your image. So we're going to bring that back and up. Sometimes you can just do it by eye. Sometimes you don't have to always like put it back on the template type of thing. So there we go. That looks pretty good. This wire is very soft, stiff but soft. Is that if that's possible? It's just because it's a thicker wire. The 16 gauge wire is definitely a thicker wire. So we're going to bring this here and then just kind of keep following what we had going, and then bring this one down here. Okay, so now we're going to make sure that it's going to be the right height. So bring that here, and then it has to be a little bit below that foot. So down here a little bit, compare it to this one here. We're going to bring that across and up here, bring that around, and then bring the leg goes back a little bit and then jogs out again. So we're going to bring that up here. Whoop. Make it a little smooth. Fix this up a little bit if you have to. There, and then bring that one here and then up. I'm going to form that one, form the little tail. And then this one we're going to bring it down to, and then around. Okay, bring it back on the template here, and then bring this around here. Okay, so we've got the first part, and then now we need to do the head. So we're going to hold it here, make sure it's in place, and then just follow the shape a little bit. It's cute. The little chihuahua is cute. So we're going to bring him around here and make him has a little roundish nose. Bring that one up, and his head's like quite round. And then this one, you have one ear to the back too. So the same idea with the overlap. We're going to just bring this one here and then here, hold it on here, and then this one goes up. It would be really hard to do this one on the artistic jig because you just can't get the pegs in the right place. So it's better just to kind of trace the drawing. If you were doing a lot of these, you can always like glue the template onto a piece of wood and try to like put nails in strategic positions. But so far I've found this is the easiest way to do it, is just to kind of trace it. So we're going to bring this one to the back and then bring this one up and then form the circle, the curve again, hold it on to the template, bring this around, hold it on here, up here. And these chihuahuas have funny little pointy ears. They almost like look like little piglet ears. They're cute. So now we're gonna just go here So you have the ear, bring that in a little bit, and then you want to trace the shape of the neck, so down and then across. So we're going to just bring that here. That's super cute. And then you could decide where you want to hang it. So it might be cute just to do it, say, around here. So we're going to go here. You can always put like a little collar on it too. So we're just going to make sure this is sort of a good size. So if this goes to here, this one goes to here, and then we're going to maybe bend it about here. So start the bend with the pliers and just bring it around here like that. And then what you can do, there's a few options. You could even like do a little like collar if you wanted to do like that, or you can add a collar after with another wire. This is really cute. You can add beads on there, but I'll just finish it up without doing that right now, and then you could always add something later. So we're just going to trim this here and then just check it out a little bit. If you have to loosen up the wire a bit, you just kind of like unwind it a little bit. You can do that, like where you take this and unwind it. Otherwise it's probably fine like that. And then if you want to do a little loop to hang it up, which is a good idea, I would just do the same way where you do it perpendicular to this, and that way the ribbon can just slide right in there. So just bring that to the back a little bit, and then take this one and then wind it around to here. So you see it's perpendicular, and then you just take your flat pliers and bring it around and around and around here. So you can always cut your wire a little bit longer if you find that it's hard to manipulate the short piece at the end. Like, it definitely does make it tricky. So rather than cut it about 22 inches, you can cut it maybe 24 inches or something. So then this one, we're just going to push it up so it's a little more discreet. So that's perpendicular to there. And then what would be super cute, especially if it was going to be a Christmas ornament, you could do what we did with the bone and do like a little holly thing, and then that could be, actually that would be really cute, like the collar like that. So we can go ahead and do that. We can just take the piece of wire and cut a little piece and leave a couple of inches for the collar, and then just wind that around 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7. Okay, so we're just going to bring that one around here, bring it right around here, and then just wind that around here. And then you can either like add some beads up there or add some beads actually on the collar would be cute as well. So I just added a few little beads did the holly like I did with the bone, and then just twisted it around here, twisted it here. It looks like a little collar, and it also hides that little loop. You could even make that loop a little more discreet if you want, and it makes a great little ornament. So thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more DIY wire art and jewelry making videos. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live and when I post new videos. And if you'd like to share photos of your wire creations, be sure to join the Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club on Facebook. And if you'd like to check out my wire work on Etsy, my husband and I specialize in custom wedding cake toppers and funky jewelry. And I also have a mailing list, so if you'd like to join the mailing list, I will send you my free Wire Art Essentials ebook. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you the next time.